Welcome to my chefin'. My name is Chef Fran, and this is my sous chef Ian.
How are we doing today?
And today we're gonna make, look at all this beautiful colors here, a salad called watermelon basil seed. Ian and myself, we live in a warm climate, and in this warm climate, it's always like humid and hot, and sometimes, of course, we have a little bit of cooler weather, what we call cooler weather, and you guys would probably laugh at us because it's like the 60s. But for me, at this point, it becomes cold. Even being a former New Yorker, I'm now a total person who lives in the heat, and I love it. So when the temperature drops to that, of course, for me, it's considered cold. However, this is a refreshing salad. It's not just any salad, and we have all these beautiful colors, arrays of colors, and color represents nutrition. So vitally important for us. So I just love to see these bursting array of colors, and we know that everything here is just bursting in freshness. Watermelon, great for hydration, and you have the bell peppers, which also, when it's raw, is so refreshing. And cucumbers, cucumbers are so refreshing as well, and it's a great diuretic for you. And we have basil, which is our star. Basil is what we're going to be using as our leaf green, which is really an herb, but it is our star ingredient with the watermelon. And the basil is so refreshing. Like even when you put like in Italian cooking, or if you pass by and it's like raw basil, you smell that burst of freshness. So we're going to do that for you. So we're going to now get into before we make the salad, which is really quick, and you may have some of these ingredients at home. Unfortunately, you can't substitute in this case, and usually I always like you to try to create your own thing. But because it is a watermelon basil salad, you have to have basil and you have to have watermelon. So unfortunately, there's no substitution on this salad today. But we're going to get into the vitamin content before we assemble the salad. So our watermelon is rich in vitamin C, potassium, B5, and A, but it's also a great hydrating food. Our bell peppers, now you could use any color bell peppers. You could use the green ones, you could use the red ones, the orange ones, or the yellow, but because I wanted that burst of color of sunshine, I used the yellow. Or you could do a mix. That's what you can do to add to the salad, be a little different if you wanted to. The bell peppers have vitamin A, vitamin C, and B2. Cucumbers, wow, cucumbers is really a gem. Not only is it great used as a diuretic and it helps with inflammation from water retention, it also has BC, vitamin B, C, and K. Now, a cup of cucumber gives you close to 19% of your daily recommended dose. Now, we have feta cheese. Feta cheese has calcium, riboflavin, and selenium, and has several B vitamins which support your nervous system. And we have the beauty, basil. Basil has vitamin K and calcium. But there's 6 great things that basil is great for. It is good for digestion, it's an anti-inflammatory, it fights depression, especially with all this mental health crisis, people are going through difficult times. Adding a little basil to your life will help fight some depression. It aids in diabetes, in diabetes management. It helps support liver function and detoxifies your body. And it promotes a healthy gut as well. And we have delicious turkey bacon, which has vitamin B and vitamin C. Pecans has your vitamin A, E, calcium, potassium, and zinc. And these wonderful red onions has vitamin B6, C, potassium, and folate. Folate is good for red blood cell formation. Folate also is part of the B9 family, also known as folic acid for women who are pregnant. Folic acid helps reduce the risk of birth defects of the brain and spine in babies. Well, since our vegetables have no seasoning yet, I'm just doing very basic seasoning with our salt and black pepper. Himalayan salt. It gets its rosy hues from its trace of minerals like magnesium and potassium and calcium. It's, it's from the Himalayan mountains, which are part of India, Burma, Nepal, and Pakistan. And it's better with the sodium content for you than regular salt. Also, Himalayan contains less sodium than your average table salt, which has 2360 milligrams, and Himalayan has 1680 milligrams of sodium. So it's a reduction of about 1/3. And you're just gonna put a little black pepper as well to your little salad over here. I also want to give you some more information here about basil. Basil comes from, I know most people might think, basil because it's used in a lot of Italian cooking, but basil actually comes from Central Africa all the way to South Asia. So that is really where basil originates from. It is absolutely delicious, and I'm going to actually show you a French method with the basil that we're going to do today called chiffonade. And chiffonade is when your herbs are thinly sliced. And in French, it translates to rags. And remember, down and up with thinly slicing it. And you claw back your fingers as you go. Always claw back your fingers.
Yes, it looks nice.
And it just looks like ribbons. And so this is what we're gonna do with our basil, just make it look like ribbons. So we'll do it again, some more. Put these right here. If you don't want the stems. Yeah, do you hear? Ian, what's your song? You got a song?
Down and up, down and up, down and up.
All right.
Down and up.
You see, Ian created a song for you guys.
There you go. Down, rock, and up.
For my old culinary students, down and up, down and up. So you just take it and you just roll it. And again, you're gonna just cut, claw back as you keep going, and you're gonna make it into the ribbons. Chiffonade. Make sure you don't cut your gloves into it. Mine are a little too big.
Because of me, of course. I like extra large.
Okay, and I'm just gonna do this with all of them. So I'll do a couple more. Just place them one on top of one another, the leaves. And you can probably take a few more because these are smaller leaves. Roll it. That smells so refreshing. I wish you were here, but if you know what basil smells like, you could only imagine the freshness. And that's what you want it to be like. So I'm gonna cut a few more. All I did was kind of remove it off the stem. Well, this one. So here's my stem. I'm gonna just cut this off. Put this right here. And get this going. And it's just gonna be such an easy, refreshing salad to make. So, and I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to live in a warm climate to do this. If you feel like eating something refreshing today, and you can get watermelon depending if it's in season where you live, you can do this. You don't have to wait for it to be summer or just a hot day. It's just very quick and easy and so refreshing and beautiful to look at as well. Now we are gonna make a very light, a light dressing. We're gonna take 1/4 cup of olive oil, which we have here, and we have 2 tablespoons of Marsala wine. So I'm using wine can also be like a form of acid. Because I think that if I put the vinegar, it would just be a little too strong by itself. So I have a reduction of balsamic vinegar here. So that will help. So it's not, so you still have a little bit of the sweetness, but you still have a little bit of the pungent of the vinegar. This is our basil that's been chiffonade. So you see it looks just like thin ribbons. The French call it rags. That's what chiffonade is. But the culinary term for it is chiffonade, and it's when you thinly slice the herbs, and basil is an herb. So Ian is now gonna just mix all these up. He's gonna put his cucumbers on top of our salad.
I'm gonna take this over here.
Okay.
Do it here. Mama, it's okay.
Yes, because now we're all wearing gloves because this is, and I'm happy you reminded me, Ian, why are we wearing gloves?
Because it's RTA.
RTE.
RTE.
Okay.
Ready to eat
Correct.
food.
So any food that's ready to eat, like Ian said, RTE, you should really wear gloves unless you're with your boo thing and you're by yourself, which are your own boo thing, and you're going to be eating it yourself or sharing with your loved one. Other than that, you should really wear gloves because you don't want the chance of anyone possibly being sick, getting the proper term, foodborne illness, aka food poisoning. So this is why we wear gloves, because all this stuff you could eat in its natural state. You don't have to cook it, where a lot of the bacteria is then killed. Okay, here's our basil. And here is our bell peppers. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful, Ian. Oh, beautiful. And here's our onions.
To the last drop, Mama.
And then we want to add, people might be thinking, well, watermelon is sweet, and why is she going to add salt to it? But you kind of need that balance. Actually, when you add salt to something, it actually can bring out the sweetness to it. If you've ever baked, usually that's why you add salt to your baking product, because it brings out the sweetness. Well, now we're gonna taste our wonderful watermelon basil salad. Ian, first.
Thank you.
And we have our refreshing watermelon basil water. So obviously the water is pink from the hues of the watermelon, and the only sugar that's added in here is the natural sweetness from the watermelon itself.
Are you doing that,
So,
Mama? I'm gonna pour you some water.
Okay, and I am gonna make your salad.
Okay. And that is for you.
Okay.
Ooh. Now that's a bunch of nice colors and beautiful. Vibrant.
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 Delicioso.
Yes, ma'am.
Here you go, Ian.
Thank you, Mama.
Okay. And here's,
Yeah, here you go,
we
Mama.
will exchange
Yes, we will.
glasses.
One for you, one for me.
And
Ooh, my mouth is watering.
your mouth is watering and you haven't even begun to eat it yet.
Yes, I know. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. And I'm going to be loving every bite of this.
Yes, yes.
So I have everything here on my fork. I have some pecans, I have the watermelon, I have the basil, turkey bacon, the red onion, the bell peppers, and the cucumber. I'm gonna try it now all together. Just a burst of flavors, of refreshing flavors in your mouth. Absolutely light, refreshing, and delicious. I encourage you, please make this. You can find all these ingredients reasonably priced at the store. You may even have some of it yourself at home. Let's try our wonderful tasting water. really light and refreshing as well. You know, you get the beautiful color of the pink, not just because of the glasses, but of actually the watermelon. And you don't really taste too much of the sugar. You know, it's the balance of the herb with it and the watermelon. So it just really looks like beautiful pink water, but it's hydrating. So please do not forget to hit the like button. When you're giving us a virtual hug when you click the like button. And we love hugs, Ian and myself.
Yes, we do.
And hit the subscribe button so you can know a new video that we put out every week. We look forward to your comments. We want to definitely hear from you. We want to hear how you reinvented the salad, or you did it just like us, what your thoughts are. And be a part of our family, the Moss Chef and family, because here we're all about loving every bite.
Yes, we are.
So I love you guys and speak to you soon.
Nice time. Have a nice day. Thank you.